West
Chicago Girls Sports Teams by Aimee,
Alexis.
Kelly, and June.
Woo!
Hi, I'm Kelly Wade. I'm a freshman here at the high school, and I'm 14 years old. And I'm talking about basketball.
Hey, I'm Alexis Shabiyama, but you can call me Shoppy. I'm a freshman at West Chicago. I'm 14, and I'm going to be talking about volleyball, and I also play volleyball and soccer.
Hi, guys. I'm Aimee Chena. I'm a 15-year-old freshman here at West Chicago. I'm going to be talking about softball, and I also play on the softball team and volleyball.
Hello, I'm June Ludwig. I'm a 14-year-old freshman here at Wego. I'm going to be talking about soccer, and I also play softball.
Okay, so for basketball at our school, there's 4 basketball teams that you can be on, depending like your age and how good you are at the game. So there's a freshman A and B team, and then there's a sophomore, and then there's a varsity team. And you try out for each. In the winter. Rules in main court. So the object of the game is to get the ball on the other side of the gym into the basket right there. And you want to do it only using your hands and by passing to other players. And a foul is called when like someone, it could either be like it's out of bounds.
Or you could get stuffed by another player if they hit the ball while it's in your hands and you're going up for a shot. It's also a foul.
Yeah, if you're going up for a shot, like maybe in the 2-pointer, you would shoot 2 points that you got fouled on into the basket for free. And if you were shooting a 3-pointer across this line and you get fouled, then you get to shoot 3 points to the basket.
And then the blue square that you can see in that one is also known as the lane, which is where mostly the easy shots are.
Yeah, and you can
like layups.
Like layups, and you usually when you're trying to make a layup, you try and get it in the corner of the box right here. That way it goes in.
Okay. So gear and basic uniforms. So depending on your school, your uniform will look different, but basically it contains of like top and shorts, and this says Comets, but our uniform is to the right over there. And that's what ours looks like. So yours will have like you get a number and then you like your like team your team name.
And we're the Wildcats.
And then you also have basketball shoes which support your ankles throughout the game, and they're really important. And then there's a basketball, the ball that you use in the game.
There is 5 different level teams for volleyball. There's the freshman A team, the freshman B team, the sophomore team, JV, and then varsity. For the freshman team, only freshmen can make it on either of the freshman teams. If you're really good in your freshman, you could make it on one of the higher level teams, like a sophomore, JV, or varsity team. For the different levels from the lowest to highest, it goes freshman B are like the lowest volleyball team, so it's the ones who need like more work. And then there's the freshman A team, which are a little bit higher in level, but they're not like skilled enough to go on to like varsity or something. And then there's a sophomore team, which is this year is all sophomores, but freshmen can be on the sophomore team. And then there's the JV team, which is mostly juniors or like good freshmen or good sophomores. And then varsity normally has your seniors or your good sophomores and your juniors. And then the rules of volleyball are, there's some rules like you can't catch the ball. If the ball lands on the out of bounds line, it's considered in, but if it's on the outside of the out of bounds line, it's obviously out. There's 6 people from each team on the court at once. And then substitutions have to be made on the inside of the 10-foot line, in between the net and the 10-foot line. And then unless it's the libero, who is the main player in the back row, and then they switch with the another player, but they have to be on the other side of the 10-foot line. And then when you serve, you have to be on the outside of the court. You can't be in the court. And then there's also that you can't touch the net or touch the line under the net. And then the score goes up to 25 points, and you must win by 2 points. You can't touch the ball 2 times in a row, and when you hit it, you can only hit it 3 times on your side before it has to go over the net, and it has to go over the net, can't go under. There's many ways that you can hit the ball. Like there's a bump, which is where you put your hands together with straight arms and hit the ball with your forearms. And then there's the set, which is like an overhand pass where you put your hands above your forehead and place them in a diamond shape kind of. And then you hit the ball with your fingertips, and then you push your arm straight upon contact with the ball. And then there's the spike, which is a forceful hit with your dominant hand, which is a downward way. Then this is a volleyball. And then there's spandex, which are just like kind of tighter shorts so they're not loose and get in your way. And then there's knee pads, so when you dive for the ball, you don't bruise your knees or anything. And then there's volleyball shoes, so then you don't like slide on the floor or anything. It gives you more traction. And then there's also special events for volleyball. Like there's Volley for a Cure, which is to raise money and awareness for breast cancer. And this year we sold this shirt for people for $10. And then this is my team, which is me and Aimee. And for Volley for a Cure, it was just like a fun kind of game with another team, and we had to raise money for breast cancer. And then there's also a senior night, which is for like kind of a goodbye game for the seniors who are graduating to go off to college. And then there was the NV players from this year, which is Ronnie and Laura Katarzyński. Ronnie Katarzyński is a senior. She was the captain of the varsity team. She plays the position of the libero, who has to wear a different color jersey, which she's not wearing in the picture, but she also is a travel player. She's played for all 4 years of her being in high school, and then she got award for best in state. And then Laura Katarzyński, who is a sophomore, her position is an outside hitter. She's also does travel. She made varsity as a freshman and as a sophomore. And then they're also sisters. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the different softball teams and levels. For the sports softball, there is a freshman team, as you can see here, junior varsity, and a varsity team. When you first come to high school as a freshman, you usually play on the freshman team. But if you're really good, you can be moved up to JV or even varsity. But if you are a sophomore or junior, you play on JV. And if you're a senior or junior, if you're really good, you play on varsity. And that is the varsity team, junior varsity, and freshman. The rules of the game in the field. This is the usual softball diamond, like where softball is usually played. And then this is the field that we usually play at, like when we're playing at home for softball. And then the basic rules is there are usually 7 innings to a softball game. An inning means each team has batted until they got 3 outs. And when you bat, you step up to the plate and the pitcher pitches the ball to you, and you try and hit it with the bat. There is a specific place the pitcher has to pitch the ball, and that is called the strike zone. If the ball is not in the strike zone, it is called a ball, which is usually bad for the pitcher because you want 3 strikes to get the batter out. But if you pitch the ball in the strike zone, then it's a strike. And if the batter gets 3 strikes, then you are out. You need 3 outs in the field to get it in and bat. But if you are the batter and hits the ball to the field, it needs to get to the ball. They need to get to the ball and get that person out. But if you don't get them out, then you have another chance with the next batter to make 3 outs. And there are 3 bases, first, second, and third, and home. First, second, third, and home. The closer you are to home, the better. Because if you score a point, that means that the person has stepped on home and that the team with the most points at the end of the game, which is 7 innings, is the winner. And our high school team plays at Pioneer Field, as you can see right here. So the gear for softball, there is a helmet. That is to protect your head while batting. And then there's a softball. That is like the ball that they use to play the game. There is a glove. That is what the fielders use. The glove is what the fielders use for when they're getting to the ball, because they can't really pick it up with their hands because the ball is coming at them really fast. And then there's a bat, which is what the batters use to hit the ball when the pitcher pitches to them. And usually when you bat, you use batting gloves because there is it's like a ring like in the bat that goes to your hands and it hurts. Then there's a mask that you can use when you're in the field, which the pitcher usually pitches because they don't want to get hit in the face with the ball when it's coming at you. And then sometimes fielders use it too because for the same reason. But then back to the helmet, there's a mask on there too. It's mandatory for people to wear that mask because if they turn to hit the ball, then they won't get smacked in the face with this ball. And if you were wondering, no, a softball is not soft. It is actually really hard, and it hurts if you get hit in the face with it. From experience. So the summer camps and summer leagues, I played on the softball summer league this year, and it's just a season in the summer to get to know people that you might be playing with this year in high school. And you get to know the coaches. I've also done the camps when I was younger, which is just to get you ready for softball season and help you learn new skills that you've never done before. And then they are really fun, and I've met a lot of new people and friends during it. And then this is a picture of me playing softball, the summer softball league at Wego. And then this is just a couple pictures of some other people playing during the season. And this is some me and my friends doing the league. And now that was a basic overview of the Wego softball team. And now June will talk about the soccer teams that we have here at Wego.
Okay, so there are 4 different age groups. There's varsity and JV1 and JV2 and freshmen. They all have different kind of jerseys too. So only freshmen can be on the freshman team, and as you get better, you go on to different teams. For the jerseys, like I said, there's each team gets a different kind, but they also each get the goalie is different for it too. MVP soccer players at Wego, for number 17, Kayla Keyword. She is forward, and Katie, I can't say her last name. Wrights she is, oh my god, she's a senior, and Marley Welch she's a senior now, and they're all seniors now actually too, so this was last year. For summer camps and warm-ups, we have a 6-week summer camp in the summer. You just work on your skills basically, and it's not mandatory to go every day, and you have to wear a shirt that they give you every time. You work on basic skills and you play against each other. And there's also warm-ups, which are right before school. Well, after school. It's right before the season starts. And you also work on basic skills, but the coach also gets to see what you can do a little bit more.
Okay, and that is the basic overview of the sports here at West Chicago. There is obviously more sports like track,
Swimming,
swimming, and stuff like that.
badminton, and tennis.
Yeah, basic girl sports, but these are the ones that we played and know most about. So we just thought we would tell you because we have a
They can also do
understanding
wrestling
of
too,
that.
so.
So thank you. I hope you have a great time here. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
Later.